this is Isabel Litzler. So today's topic is about managing different agencies when you are job hunting. I want to make a video on this because it's very, very particular in Switzerland compared to other countries where it's a little bit more liberal, so to say. But in Switzerland, there's really definitely a way to do it that's very particular. So I want to cover that today in 3 tips. So the first tip is when you're trying to understand how to manage agencies is to understand that what has probably worked for you in the past, meaning spreading your resumes to as many companies as possible, is not going to work. So if your strategy is let's send to as many as possible, multiply applications, send as many times as possible when I see a job with the same company, this is all the wrong strategy for Switzerland, and it's going to actually damage your reputation and your resume. So you want to target right. That's really, if you have to understand one thing from this video, is that you need to prepare yourself. So tip number 1 is really prepare yourself, target right, limit the amount of applications and the amount of agencies. So you want to build your profile to be an exclusive type of employee. So I talk about this in my video, in my webinar, where I talk about how to profile yourself and build up your profile. This is so important, and people skip that step thinking I can just send my application to as many agencies as possible. But then you become a very general, like everybody else type of employee who's just trying to get a job. Whereas if you do your building up your profile the proper way with the right wording, and you know which kind of companies are the right ones for you, then you have a better chance to actually be selected. So number 1 should definitely build up your profile, build up your skill set, pick 1 or 2 agencies maximum. You don't need more in a city. Then if you have several cities, maybe you want more agencies because they're very specialized in Switzerland, but really target right and think about this exclusivity type of thing. So this is important because when people contact me after the fact, when they've already inundated the market, it's too late. It's going to be more damage control, but it's still, you're already, your resume is out there in the market, and it's not positioned probably the proper way. So your chances of getting a job diminish. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that you have to assess the job carefully before you apply. So read the job description carefully to avoid double, triple, quadruple applications. So is it really the right type of job for you? Because remember, you can't apply many times to the same company, even if it's different jobs. So companies hate this. So if they have 5 job openings and you're applying for all 5, you lose your credibility immediately. So make sure that you know exactly what kind of positions are the right ones for you. If you don't know this, this is not the recruiter's job to do. This is your own job to know what type of role are the right ones for you. It means, working on your skills assessment with people like myself, professionals that are more career oriented and not recruitment oriented. But this is really the first step before you put yourself to the market. Number 3 is discretion in the contacts, obviously, because if you're managing different agencies, obviously they all want to place you for the company and get their commission. So make sure that you're very discreet. Maybe you have different agencies that are really working with different clients. So for example, you have one agency that only works with the banking sector, and then another agency only works with, let's say, luxury. I'll just give you an example or something like that. So that they're not really in the same type of market. So the chances of you applying via them for same companies are very low. They're probably in very different markets, so no chances of crossing the dots there or anything like that. Very clean cut, different type of agencies. So it's a whole strategy. You probably listen to this video and say, wow, it's a full job to look for a job, and it is. In Switzerland it is, and that's why I can only say, check my webinar, it's free, it's linked below, on how to get a job and build your network in Switzerland. It's going to be 45 minutes, that's well worth of your time. So actually set yourself up properly and see if that's something that you want to pursue even more. Then I have a full course where I take you through those 3 steps where you learn to build up your profile, write the right resume, and find the right opportunities. So this is all work that you need to do prior to sending your applications. Otherwise, either you're going to be rejected or you're going to spread yourself thin on the market and lose your reputation. So I hope this was helpful. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.